let me just give you guys a little disclosure before starting the video. There's like a lot of footage where I'm not actually talking to the camera. There was footage that I took of myself speaking to the camera, but most of those clips are useless now because what I was saying is no longer present in my room. Like if I was saying something in the video about how I'm gonna put this up or I'm cutting these photos to put on the wall, like those pictures are no longer on my wall. So when I started my channel, I feel like everyone was waiting for this video if you came from my sister's channel. But the reason it took me so long was because I was going through trial and error with my room. Like I re-edited this video 3 times throughout the past 2 years. Most of the decorations that I had at the time are no longer here. That says a lot about how much my style has gone through its evolution. When I first started YouTube, I literally had no aesthetic. I was so new to social media. I did not even know what the word aesthetic meant. Being on social media has obviously made me learn more about my own style after being exposed to all these styles. So I couldn't just drop the room makeover within a month because the video would have been, well, maybe at the time I would have thought it was decent, but now that I look back over the last 2 years, I can see how I was in the right for waiting to upload this video and taking my time with it, because if I would have posted that video back then that I thought was good enough, like it was just really bad. Throughout the last 2 years, I was just decorating my room, but I finally feel like I've found not my own style, because obviously I've been fully inspired, but I couldn't have said that when I first started. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just meshing together a room that had a bunch of random cute stuff, but that's the reason it took me so long to create and upload this video, but I'm just so excited it's finally happening. So this was the state of my room as soon as my sister moved out, since she did take all the decorations with her, and so I basically had a blank canvas to start with, and this forced me to figure out my own aesthetic. This included so much shopping and help from my family to build the furniture that I purchased. This took a lot of creativity from me, which is something that I never really tapped into, as I mentioned throughout the entire intro, but I feel like everything has been aligning for me throughout the year in terms of my style, which includes a lot of pink, if you couldn't tell. This is not a process that if you are going through yourself that you should be rushing through, because we're evolving all the time. So if you can relate, it's taking you forever, that's not a big deal, especially if you're someone who's always like on social media, on Pinterest specifically. You come across so many styles and it's just hard to choose from all these super pretty styles. If you're anything like me, you just want to be all of them. I somehow found a way to incorporate many styles into one while trying to remain simplistic. If you guys don't use Pinterest, you may not know that when you first make a board and save pins to it, pins that are all the way at the bottom of the board are the ones that you saved first. They're like the oldest pins, and then the ones all the way at the top right when you open the board are the most recent pins saved to it. So the screen recording that I'm showing you, you can see that my style has, like I said, evolved over time. And yeah, if you guys want to see more of this, follow my Pinterest, because this board I can scroll forever, because I've spent so much time on Pinterest trying to curate an aesthetic as I decorated my room. I don't know if I have told you guys this backstory about my room. It actually used to be a garage, and just make the most of what you have. I'm very grateful for the amount of space I have, but I know if it was smaller I could make it work. A tip I could give towards a person who doesn't have a big room in general: look at Pinterest inspiration decorations. If you want ideas for your specific sized room, I would just say to not look at huge rooms on Pinterest, because obviously you're gonna fit more furniture, more decorations that might make your room look clustered. So we have finally reached the point where we can move these boxes. Another tip I could give you guys is curate your own style before buying all the decorations, because we're always evolving, our style is evolving. If you just buy everything in one go within a month, you're probably not gonna like it in the next month, and then you're gonna either return it or not be able to return it and have wasted all your money. So if you're unsure about that one item, just hold off a little bit, see if you still like it in a few months, and then purchase it. As you can see from this montage I inserted from one of my previous videos, I was focusing on my room even before I was making like the actual room makeover video. I honestly feel like it was more hard for me to decorate my room because, like I said, going into social media, I knew nothing about it, so I would doubt myself all the time when I would make purchases, that I would have to elongate the amount of time before buying even more things, just to make sure that I actually like the stuff that I was buying and that it would all fall together perfectly. And honestly, I'm still a little bit unsure. I feel like I need to add more, but at the same time, there's only so much you can put on a wall. I feel like I've scavenged all the platforms possible to get ideas on that. So if you guys have any ideas for wall decor, definitely let me know, because I don't want to just put frames everywhere. Okay, now that the video is coming to an end, I'm finally gonna reveal the room tour. So this is my room, 1 year and 8 months in the making.
I hope this video motivates one of you to give your environment a makeover, not necessarily for the aesthetic of it, but just because I honestly believe that your environment affects your productivity levels, your mood. This is actually something that's talked about in the book Atomic Habits that I feel like I refer to a lot in my videos, but that book does mention how environment is an invisible hand that shapes human behavior and that every habit is initiated by a cue. So if you want to form new and healthy habits, it would be a good idea to make the cues of those good habits that you want to start obvious in your environment. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I want to make a part 2. I feel like I can add way more, but for now I am content. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.